Hey there, today I want to show you how to do a gel manicure at home on your natural nails. This is a salon style procedure, so it will have all of the elements of how to do a professional gel manicure that is salon grade. So first off, we are going to remove this old set. Now my current manicure is no more than a week old, but everything that I'm going to show you today has helped ensure that my gel manicure services in the salon with clients last for at least 3 weeks, with most clients coming back 4 weeks and then still few making it last till 6 weeks. And in this video, I will be giving you the secret to a long-lasting gel manicure at home. Now, what I'm wearing here is my current gel manicure and is not even a week old. I've been getting a lot of requests for this kind of video, so I just thought, like, you know what? We're just going to take these off and do a full procedure for you so that you can avoid any lifting, any chipping, any sort of peeling of your gel manicure. So I'm going to begin by taking these off. You can watch a previous video of me doing the full gel removal procedure, but just to give you the speedy version, basically I'm going to take a very coarse file, so like a 150 grit. If you have a 100 grit, you can use that too, and I'm going to file off the majority of this gel product so that my soak off is really quick and almost damage free. After which I'm going to be taking little lint-free towelettes that I already cut into small pieces. You can definitely use cotton balls. The only reason why I like to use these lint-free towelettes is because it's going to allow me to control the amount of acetone that I take and put on my natural nail. Because if you grab a cotton ball, you're going to over soak it and get it all over your skin. And one thing you have to know is that your skin is protected by an oily barrier, a natural oily barrier, and acetone depletes your skin of that natural oily layer. And so what happens is that when you're using gel nail products and you no longer have that barrier, if you get that gel nail product on your skin, you sensitize yourself to the gel product, and that happens over a period of time of you overexposing yourself to it. So to avoid, again, have maximum control and keep your acetone only on the nail product. Now, the other thing you can do to avoid exposure of acetone onto your skin is to use a cuticle oil around your nails before you apply your cotton that is soaked in the acetone. Okay, I do recommend you use 100% acetone if you can get it. However, if you want to go the extra step, you can get a conditioned acetone. This is like soya. You can get a conditioned acetone that has some oils in it to protect your skin from further dehydration or even the nails. What I'm going to be using today is actually this fragrance hand mist, because it actually has a few oils in there already, and it's so light and it just doesn't even require me rubbing it on. It's going to add a little bit of moisture, a little bit of oil, just enough not to make it like crazy oily. But again, if you don't have that, cuticle oil is perfectly fine to protect your skin from the acetone, especially these eponychium and sidewalls of the nail here. All right, let's begin. All right, so I am back. The next step is to give yourself a proper manicure, and you don't necessarily need an e-file. In fact, I recommend that if you're doing this at home, you abstain from using an e-file, as you may get too aggressive and damage your nails. Now, it is also super optional to like cut off the eponychium, or what you would call the cuticle thing here. I'm just going to show you how to do it very gentle and remove the part of dry skin that's actually going to cause the lifting, and that's on the nail plate. You can use any cuticle remover, or you can actually skip cuticle remover. It's not super necessary unless you have like thick or lots of cuticles. So dry skin on the nail plate. Alrighty, so grab your cuticle pusher. I like one that's a little bit more thin on the end and also has a little scraping part here, because I actually use both parts so that I'm thorough, so that I remove the dead skin, which is cuticle on the nail plate, for better adhesion. And after each nail, what I like to do is to have a little lint-free towelette. And it's very important to work with lint-free towelettes while you're doing a gel manicure, because usually if you scrub your nail or you have keratin lifting, then it'll catch some lint. So I'm using these here by Kokoist. And you want to have a little towelette so that you can wipe off any gunk each time. Be gentle, the cuticle does regress, so you don't have to be like super excessive here, as you will be pushing your cuticle back or your epinicium area throughout your service up until you apply that base coat. Now I'm going to take the other end of this cuticle pusher, the scraping end, and I'm going to remove that cuticle. Again, if you're new to this, cuticle is the part that's actually on the nail plate. Epinicium is this little trim that you take your cuticle nippers and you nip off. That's totally optional. You don't need to remove this here for great adhesion. You only need to remove the dead skin on the nail plate. All right, so now that you think you've done a thorough job on your cuticle area, which is very important, I don't want you to skimp out on this part. I want you to take another one of your little towelettes. Use 90% alcohol. Listen, you can use 70% if that's all you have. However, you need to be conscious that 70% means 30% water, and that water may cause you lifting. This is kind of like a very subtle mistake. It happens to so many, and they can't figure it out because they do everything step by step and they're super thorough, and then they use the wrong cleanser. It has too much water, it has oil, it has color dye. So my recommendation, so that you do not cause any lifting that is subtle, that you cannot figure out, is just to stick to 90% alcohol. I don't even recommend that you mix your alcohol with acetone. It doesn't need it for a gel polish or a soft gel nail application. I want you to scrub that cuticle remover solution off of the nail. At the same time, you are pushing back that cuticle area one more time. All right, you can file your nails before or after. Now, I do have a very good shaping video for natural nails. You can click the card above to watch it. But in general, you just want to go in one direction. And if you're just looking for a natural nail shape on natural nails, then just kind of follow your smile line. If you're like, what is the smile line? It's basically the area that is kind of beige here on the tip. And then that will give you a very natural shape if you're like unsure of what to go for, or if you're like, I don't want to commit to square nails or round nails. Do it in one direction. Don't saw back and forth so that your nail doesn't split and also cause your gel manicure to split. And it's also very important to use an emery board because it's going to be very gentle, not too gritty, and again, it will not cause your natural nail to split. Use your manicure brush to remove the dust. The next step is important, and that is to remove the shine from the natural nail. You can choose to do it with a buffer that's a little bit more gritty, or maybe one that reads 100 or 180 grit. It will be more coarse, it will make your manicure last longer, but it also will be too abrasive on the natural nail. So if you're all about protecting the natural nail like I am, then use something around the 200 grit mark. Okay, so I now just use a wet brush, which is just my brush saturated in 90% alcohol. But even after doing that, I still like to take my lint-free towelette and remove any other debris. Take this opportunity again to push back the cuticle. All right, now the nails are properly dehydrated and prepped. Again, I don't really have any dry cuticle, dry eponychium, so I'm not really going to nip around this. And remember, if you break skin, you're going to have to fix skin. So I'm not breaking any skin, just moving on to my gel application. Now, you may be thinking that my secret to a long-wearing gel manicure is using a bonder or a primer solution. But in fact, you don't want to use a bonder or primer unless you are like a problem lifter, you lift no matter what. Otherwise, you don't need this for a simple gel manicure application. And if you would use this continuously, you would dehydrate your nail, you would cause splitting, you would cause yellowing of your natural nail. So use less chemicals on your nails to maintain their integrity. So far you've learned so many tips and tricks from my salon gel manicure application. And now it is time to show you the secret to long-lasting gel nails. You can use any base coat of your choosing. I'm going to be using this. And herein lies the secret. So if you have problems with your lifting, even after doing a very thorough nail prep, because believe it or not, 90% of lifting happens from your nail prep. If you're a problem lifter, you are going to grab a little bit of gel on your brush, and I want you to do this. I want you to scrub this gel so you barely have any product on the tip of your brush. I want you to really scrub this in and go this way also. So you're kind of capping it backwards, especially if you have short nails. This is going to be super, super helpful. And I want you to go ahead and cure this. All right, so after curing these nails, so at least 30 seconds, I want you to take a more generous layer. Offload there about 2/3 of the nail, and then without grabbing any more product, I want you to go up here, up to the cuticle area. Make sure to touch absolutely nothing. No dead skin, no living skin, no sidewalls, nothing. Your application should be very generous at this point. And you'll grab just a tiny bit more and then start at this cuticle area and then go 1, 2, and 3. Let that self level until you see no breaking in the light. And here's a little pro tip. You can actually grab the tip of your brush and comb it upwards. And then you will go ahead and cure this nail. After you've cured this nail, I want you to proceed and cure each nail individually. All right, and for anyone wondering prior what I was wearing my favorite red by the Nail Thoughts collection, which is just the gel polish or the bottled gel version of the product that I'm using, Kokoist. So it's in a bottle. Okay, they also offer colors in a pot or products in a pot. And this one again is number 9. I know I get a lot of questions about that red, so I thought I'd mention it. It's gorgeous. I'm going to be using same collaboration brand here, Nail Thoughts and Kokoist USA. And I'm going to be using color Overcast, which is like a translucent milky white. I'm grabbing a small amount on the brush. I do have a video for you that you can watch if you want to get a beautiful cuticle area application each time, but basically in a gist, it's just to use the beat of the color, so it's a little rounded. And so what you would do is you would use that to frame out this cuticle area. Now the first layer is going to be streaky. Do not panic. Don't try to make it perfect. Just kind of roll with it. And as you're applying your color, I don't recommend that you apply it too thick or even try to make this layer any thicker or even trying to build it up build the color up like so, because you'll create these little puddles, these little pools, and if it's a super dark color, when you put it in the light, it actually won't cure and it will shrink or bubble up. You can work however many fingers you're comfortable with. Because this is a white base color, I like to let it self-level a tiny bit. So I'm actually going to move on to the next nail. If you mess up, I do recommend you have one of these French cleaning brush that you can just saturate quickly in alcohol and wipe off. You can also use the scraper end of your pusher if you don't have anything else. Clean it up and give this a full cure. If you're using the same brand of machine as your gel nail color, then just 30 seconds will do. If not, then go ahead and do 60 seconds. Alright, so depending on what brand of gel color you use, you may be able to just wipe off the inhibition layer now if you want to proceed to adding things like decals to your nails. I will be using these here, and I'm going to show you how to apply these so that they last the duration of your manicure. This is super easy to add to your manicure. You can add any decal, any nail sticker onto your natural nail gel manicure, but you'll notice that it'll wear off if you don't properly seal it. So just pay attention here. Super quick demo on how to make your any nail decal last for 4 weeks plus. Now, again, I wiped off the inhibition layer so that I'm able to apply the stickers. However, if you're unsure or if you don't want to wipe off the color, then go ahead and apply a layer of base coat over your mani and then remove the inhibition layer and then buff it with your buffer. Remove the shine so that your sticker would adhere. Now, if you happen to have a pair of nail art tweezers or just dull tweezers, by all means use them now because you don't want to remove the adhesion component from your sticker. Remember, your fingertips have oil and you can transmit that oil to the backing of the nail sticker when using your hands. So that is why it is recommended that you use tweezers or some other tool to pick up your sticker. So the trick to ensure that your nail stickers last a very long time is to first use a clear coat and move really quickly, go over the entire sticker. It doesn't have to be thick, you just have to go over it with this first coat. Go ahead and cure quickly. And then you will do the same for all of your stickers and do them individually so that the gel does not seep underneath and cause it to lift. Alrighty, so that should take care of your decal lasting the duration of your manicure. We're aiming for a 4-week manicure, minimum 3 weeks, and maybe it will last longer. You would now proceed to your top coat application. This is a white base color. For that reason, you may want to opt in for a stain barrier type top gel. If you don't have a stain barrier top gel, just use what you have. Now, I'm usually not super crucial about capping the free edge on my gel color. However, for some reason, I naturally am super crucial about doing so with my top coat. And I recommend you do the same for a long wear. right, and there you have it. I'll check in with you when I do my other hand in just a moment. All right, and here we are with our final look. Super easy, super simple. Just follow along and you'll get here. Finish off your set with your favorite moisturizer. I'm going to go ahead and use this spray on. I'll link you to some of the sources that I buy most of these products from in the description box below. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next week for a new video.